Yeah. The last computer I will ever buy, hopefully. Also, I sent Takini the stats.
Yeah.
He was like, Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. Let me point you in the right direction.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let me re-roll. Okay, perfect. That is a hell of a lot better. He crit failed.
I figured as much whenever you went, oof. That's noise you make whenever you crit fail.
So your total roll. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yours a 5, 4, and a 4 for fighting. Successfully, you hit 3 more targets. Is 3 your stealth roll, or are you adding any fate points to that?
3 is my stealth roll.
3 is your stealth roll. I will say at this time, the rest of the goons start to notice you.
Okay, what do they do?
You do successfully get 3 more. You're just going for all the rest of the tech that's in the area?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a D100 real quick.
Okay.
And because he's nearby, I'm rolling a D100 for it. Done deal.
Oh, excuse me. Oh shit! I didn't realize I wasn't muted. I'm sorry.
My God.
Nice. You were 1 off from your roll.
Yeah. What the heck?
So that's a very good thing. So here's what. Hey, Mordecai.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, did I teleport it onto the ship?
Tech starts teleporting onto the ship.
Rejoice! It's my birthday!
As you just see from out of nowhere, I also need you to roll me physique rolls.
Mordecai?
Yes.
Oh my God, am I gonna knock him out with a fucking tech box?
You might.
That'd be so funny.
Oh my God!
That's so funny. That's okay.
Give me one.
Somehow.
That's okay.
Good. Now roll me another physique roll for defending or to catch these items, or to make sure that they do not slam onto the deck of the ship.
Somehow.
I've got deck hands for that.
Yep.
With Mordecai in a completely different area than me, I still almost fucking hurt him. I still almost fucking hurt him. Oh my God.
I just order the deck hands, like.
Yeah. You're still rolling, but your roll is what they're doing with you. That's why you're only rolling once.
I will double check that. That's. I'll burn a fate point on that. Bump it to 5. And you know what? I don't think I'm gonna have a reason for this. I'm gonna overclock and bump it to 7. Because what else am I gonna do in physique this session?
There you go.
It's true.
For a grand total of 7, you and the crew quickly, in a barrage and blitz, go. See that there is tech raining from the sky. It's your birthday. There is a communications bridge that has a semi-intact communications relay. This is the size of a table.
Oh my God.
So you and Leaf quickly and rapidly fucking try to catch this shit like a grand piano being dropped from the sky. As your feet almost dent into the deck and you have to go bend your knees with it to prevent it from crashing into the deck. Sorolus, Gregorio, and Alrid go quickly and grab the rest of the shit along with Hervas. Ducking and diving to make sure that they collect 2 more medium-size red moonstone tech boxes. These are hefty boys. And that is what you get.
So a table-sized comm relay and tech boxes.
Yes. Delashi, Ephraim looks at you as like, huh, I think that was pretty well done, as you guys get shot at. It's like, oh, fuck. There's no more tech in that room, and all the goons that are there are upset at you.
Because we took all their tech?
Yes.
Damn.
And they all have weapons drawn, and they are about to go towards you.
Okay.
However, do you give Ephraim a look that's kind of like Delashi? Yes.
Oh, absolutely, I do.
All
Kind
right.
of
So
expression is that for her?
he collapses what's left of the black magic in his hands and teleports you both.
Oh shit. Where do we go?
That is where we're going to find out next. Lisha.
All right. I'm on Dragon Ball Z.
It's up to you now. You're at the captain's quarters that's still fighting over in that area. What are you
Beryl
doing?
What's Beryl doing?
Beryl is going back and forth with Belius, and they are decking each other. Beryl, what you see, he is slapped on two kind of like wrist gauntlets real quick. You normally see him fight just straight up hands, but the moment he realizes who he's fighting, he has equipped.
Oh god, he's using protection. He's not going in raw.
You see almost kind of like Tifa Lockhart, how she has those like knuckle dusters, and there's crystals on the back of the hands. He has specifically on one hand a red and purple moonstone, and on the other a silver and blue moonstone. And you see quickly he's like trying to go in for an uppercut. As he tries to go in for an uppercut, he gets parried over and gets a tap to the cheek himself. As he tries to use that tap on the cheek, he does a backhand, knocking the guy. They're very even, and that's unnerving a little.
It's just a Baki Hama versus the other anime fighting. Can't think of the name. It's just that shit going on.
Yeah. You do notice that Belius, now that he has the full illusion gone, he has greaves on. And he has two greaves that have these massive chunks of yellow and red moonstones. And you see almost every time he takes a step, his full body pulses with incremus.
Oh, that bitch buffeted himself.
And every time he lands a strike in that same motion, he's using drill nose to sap Barrel of energy.
Kill him.
As I said, there are Piper's petrified, but Ross is there now with you as well. And you are looking at the scene, discerning what to do next. Rost says, "Let's get them the fuck out of here. This place is gonna blow."
Okay. Fair.
And he looks at you and he sees his gun and he's like, "That's my sweetheart."
Oh yeah, I got this. That's right.
And he,
Thanks, Piper.
he like, "Oh shit, this is on him." And he just kind of like pats his petrified body. He's like, "Hey, you cute." And such delivery service. Fuck, we need a healer for the healer.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry about that.
You want to lift him out of here?
What about motions around everybody else?
Yeah, that's a lot. Looks out the glass, tries to shout at Mordecai. There's nothing but wind. Fuck.
I have a spell for that.
You have a spell for that. Now that the glass is broken, would you like to try to whisper at Mordecai? Roll me magic.
Have magic.
Roll me shoot.
Mordecai minding his own business.
You want to heal yourself too?
In 25 words, Lisha, what would you like to say to Mordecai in this moment?
Need help getting people off ship. Can you
ship.
please bring assistance, please?
Sorry, I just gotta read the message in my head. Elisha needs help getting people off. I don't understand.
Off ship! I said off ship!
Oh,
Off ship!
do I get to reply? I don't know.
Would Lisha have an only stabs?
Mark, no, you should be ashamed of yourself for that one.
No. Bring it here, brother. How's it going?
Ah, high five.
That's so stupid.
Absolutely not.
Look,
We're never gonna say that.
Asterion
Listen,
has only fangs. You have only stabs.
Listen, we're never gonna get to use that joke again. That was a good one, all right? Only stabs. Jesus.
So you hear that message. What would you like to do real quick, Mordecai?
Okay. Who are our fighters on board? We got Leaf, Gregorio, and Alred.
Yep, Leaf, Gregorio, Alred.
Yeah.
Leaf, Gregorio, Alred, Shalu, but you have him on ready for defense just in case.
Yeah.
You also have Hervas. I already said Cerulus, right?
Yeah, but they're deckhands for a reason.
That's true.
Cerulus is a pilot. I don't know if
Uh,
any of the actual deckhands are like combat ready except for Leaf.
Yeah, not really.
So
there you have cooks and deckhands.
yeah, so
Because we only have like 2 other people, really.
Yeah, you have Peleus and
I mean, to get off. I mean, we have. I mean, I could get Piper. Ross could get. Folk.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah.
listen, Delsey's going to kill me if I send Alred anywhere but on the ship. But Gregorio and Leaf, could you I'll try to steer them closer to do a quick hop drop.
Yeah, you read my fucking mind. I was like, this motherfucker, he better not.
Listen, Alred's not part of the crew. He doesn't have to listen to me.
True.
Yeah, he's his own man. Actually, no, only one of these people are paid to listen to me.
Gregorio and Leaf get at the ready. Are you bringing the ship closer to the flagship?
Yeah.
Okay, you bring the ship closer to the flagship. I need you to real quick make me a will save with the ship, though.
We'll save with the ship, though.
Yes. You have, because of Shalu, you have a +2 or a free reroll.
Okay. Take a look at that. It's very middle of the road. I'll take a +2 and I will burn one of the Palong's fate points on it to make it a total 6.
Total of 6. All right. The Palong takes 2 points of will damage
Okay.
Oh shit.
as you see a lightning bolt, kind of like a railgun, fire from the yellow Gigas.
I thought it wasn't going to be a problem until the end of session.
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what you thought.
That's what I was informed.
Yeah. As you got closer to the flagship, it seemed to deem you as an enemy. While beacon is still active. And as you get closer, so the shot grazes the side of the Paolong, still dealing a hefty amount of damage. You see charred sections of the wood from the sheer lightning that came off of it. Luckily, you still get the Paolong close enough, and both Leaf and Gregorio jump in through the same window that Rost entered. And they're
Best of
there to
luck. Make
help.
it quick.
Lisha, I need a physique roll from you. I'm going to make a physique roll for everyone else to get them and the fuck out of there. Or, yes, that.
I'm re-rolling.
Reroll it. Don't do it.
I have a question.
Yes.
While we're doing rolls, would one of our cracked out gunners potentially get an angle on Bellius while I'm doing this drop off with one of his side cannons?
Ooh.
I would love to just sneak one in there.
You can attempt a roll. I will say it will be disadvantaged.
Okay.
Regardless of if you use a fate point to re-roll, it will still have to be done at disadvantage.
Okay. And then we
But
take
I'll
the
say
lower
that.
one, and then I can apply fate points to whatever the lowest is.
Correct.
Okay. That'd be the Paolong's shoot.
So roll twice, take
Yeah.
disadvantage on it.
Okay. Comments from the rest of the party before I roll this. This seems fun. I don't know if it's good.
I mean, look, I literally dropped tech boxes on you guys. So, you do you.
Understood.
That's how I feel.
Okay.
Okay. You're rocking a 2 right now. And you don't
Ladies
have
and
very many
gentlemen
fate
of-
points of the Paolong.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we have 2 fate points left on the Paolong and 17 minutes left of the stream, roughly, if we're ending at 10. Is that the plan?
I would say if everyone's comfortable going to 10:15, I would like to end at 10:15 if that's okay.
I cast fuck it. We go down to 0 fate points
cast
and
fuck
bump the Paolong up to 6.
All right.
For magic. Just to lay a sweet shot on Bellius with who's gunning? Hervas at this point?
Yeah.
Or oh no, actually, you know what? I'm gonna raise this man up. It's probably either Hervas or Alred.
That is very true. Let's see what a coin flip does.
Yeah. As far as shooting the shot.
It is Alred who's shooting the shot.
Yeah.
All right. Alred gets a sizable pot shot and interrupts the fight between Beryl and Bellius. That shot is enough. If Lisha wants to convince Beryl it's time to cut and run, you can cut and run right now. Lisha, you're able to get Piper. It looks like Gregorio is struggling a little bit, and Leaf is just able to manage to wrangle and wrestle to get these other two who are basically dead weight right now and just like mindlessly flailing.
Errol, we have to go now. The fisticuffs gotta be put on pause, and we have to skaboosh the fuck out of here.
I wish I could finish this, but
I know.
does not seem to be a proper battleground.
No, it is not.
That's wrong. He kind of like does a boxer back step away from Bellius, and then also helps Gregorio, and Gregorio and him dive through another unbroken window to get onto the to get on back onto the Paolong. So Gregorio has Folk, and then Leaf is ready with Whisper. Leaf is like, no, fuck this. There's already an open window. It jumps back through the open window, and then you jump with Piper and Frost back through over there.
I like to imagine Alred sitting at the other end of a smoking can, like, holy shit, I landed it!
That was
Holy
good,
shit,
right?
I did!
That was good, right?
Mordecai is just gonna go out, you're hired!
What's my rate?
Getting out of here alive. Start there.
As you guys jump out, you see Frost with the grapple gun hook what looks to be a powered down sky flyer, or the waveboard,
Sky Chaser?
the sky chaser, and hook it back as you guys tumble back on the ground. The only thing I need from you, Lisha, I need you to give me 2 defensive rolls, because because as I said, the other goons that were there were open firing on you guys while the main battle is interrupted. They just get one last pot shot.
What do you need from me?
I just need 2 will rolls.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
And I need to change up this music. This music is not what we need. All right. Are you going with 2s or are you buffing them?
My last 2 fate points to make those 4s.
Last 2 to make them 4. Okay. Take, respectively from both attacks, take 1 will. Yeah, I'll just say 1 will. And you could choose to either take 1 more will damage or be weakened. So just get a -1 to your roll. Huh?
For how long?
Till someone cures you real quick, or 3 turns.
Okay.
We're getting Nadine on board still.
You do have Nadine on board, so
Who I could have sent to help.
It's okay.
I'm now realizing.
it's okay. You realize late. It's fine.
Alex be weakened.
You'll be weakened temporarily. Done deal. 1 pot shot grazes you as you and Ross go like that kind of Cloud and Tifa train spiral onto the deck of the ship, and then barrel over towards. As you guys are back on ship, Delashi, I need you to choose.
Okay.
Are you teleporting to a place of Ephraim's choosing or your choosing?
Let's do Alex's choosing.
Alex is choosing. All right.
I'm curious.
As he claps the hands and realizes at least some of the spell, and he's focusing on what you've kind of gone over him with the spell, it can take you to a place that you've been before if you're close enough. So with that visual, he claps and you're aboard the Whisper. Or the Echo, sorry. You're aboard the Echo.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Okay.
You are now on board a very Sylvite tech-influenced ship. It is really fucking advanced. You see it as a small 1 to 2 person vessel that was dodging enemy fire up above. It does look to appear to have taken a bit of damage, but still operable. As you both teleport, tumble through, he's like, oh, okay. All right, that worked. You didn't have anything else to do on there, did you?
No, not really.
Okay, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Goes and like grips for the console and everything else. Starts the engine. Engine doesn't even roar. It like has this almost magnetic hum, and just like.
Who was on the ship before us? Was it just like an idol?
It was an idol. He left it like magnetically attached and idle.
Interesting. Okay.
You see him activate a console, and it goes through some silver transmutation and detaches itself from the ship.
Okay.
So it rips itself from the ship and then cruises back around and over. Mordecai, you see just to the side the Echo start to take flight.
Okay. I'm very familiar with that. Only Alex could put out that to my fucking knowledge. And my deep dissatisfaction. Elisha's on board, right?
Elisha and Rost are now on board.
Elisha, could you
Beryl
do
and
whatever
others are now on board.
Elisha, could you do whatever you did to whisper in my head, which was weird, by the way, to see if Delashi made it off? Delcy, excuse me.
Sure.
Roll me magic. Or roll me shoot.
Because Ephraim's leaving, but I don't know if Delcy
You're
is.
getting shit out of me.
It is a hard call.
You good?
Delashi, you hear 2 words whispered to you. You good?
And is it in
It's in
Elisha's
Elisha's
voice?
voice. Good news, bad news. To my knowledge, you haven't been taught this spell, and you don't know how to respond.
Shoot a
Nope.
flare.
how
Just have
close is our
Ephraim, like,
ship
hit the blinkers on his ship real quick.
Well, how close is our ship to where they are?
I will say the Echo is within like 40 feet, cruising just at the back of. Imagine like triple the size of a galleon,
Mm-hmm.
maybe more is the flagship.
Big.
You are at the back end of that, where the Powlong is at the front of that. And you have just attached, so you're like at the back, a little bit behind.
Okay. I ask Alex if he can swing it around and fly next to the Powlong.
I should be able to do that well enough. He turns on some dials. You see that there is a display, almost like Iron Man style. This display he maneuvers and like kind of twists, and it moves the Powlong or moves the Echo to his designs. And as it rolls, it starts to zoom to the front of the ship. As it zooms to the front of the ship, I'm going to make a defense roll because now it is considered an enemy by the Gigas.
Right.
All right. Delashi, you don't know this roll, but are you spending any fate points?
For the ship?
Yes, for the ship.
Yeah. I'll spend one.
You're spending 1?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you spend 1 fate point, totaling its roll to 9. So a roll to 7. Roll. You total it to 9.
Really cool.
The Echo still takes 1 point of will damage.
Okay, that's fine. It's just one.
It does get grazed by a stray railgun fire from the Yellow Moonstone Gigas.
What can you say?
It does take that fire, and you see Alex go, "Oh shit! Fuck! Yeah, I can't really defend this thing from the outside, unfortunately. So we got to be quick about this and get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, I just need to signal to them that I'm on this ship and to follow, and both of us, both the ship and the Powlong, can get the fuck out of Dodge.
All right, how are we signaling?
Is there windows on this thing?
Not really. I almost think of this ship. Remember Queen Amidala's like
Yeah.
that silver vessel?
Uh-huh.
Almost looks a bit like that, where there is like just a very tiny ass viewfinder.
Well, is there a hatch I can stick my head out of?
Yep, there's a hatch. He points over it to the side. He's like, "Be very careful."
She opens it up and then shoot the spell off the top of it.
When you open the hatch, I need you to roll me physique.
Okay.
just pressure. Oh, that's not
It's
negative.
not good. I
Not
got 3.
negative.
What do you mean?
It's not negative, it's 3. You keeping the 3?
I'll use the fate point at a +2.
+2, total of 5. Okay.
Mhm.
You are just able to hold on as the ship, like, as the ships are moving fast, and the inside of the ship is very almost like pressurized.
Okay.
And opening that, like, almost like a vacuum, like opening an actual airplane door.
Uh-huh.
As you open it up, just barely are able to keep held on as your arm was almost like knocked to the side and like out of its socket. You
Okay.
throw an arm out, and what are you casting?
Let's do the webless.
Webless? Alright, you're casting Webless.
You'll recognize that.
Mordecai, Lisha, and Frosted's there. You
Oliver.
all see Oscar, Oliver.
What is his name? I'm sorry, I keep on
It's
calling him
Oscar
Oliver.
Oliver Oswald.
Shit. Oh, okay. He's got 3 fucking first names.
Yeah, it's a lot of names, yeah.
Okay. He was on standby looking out for any signs, so I think
You're correct.
that would trigger his passive of like,
Here's the passive. Both of you roll with +2 or a free reroll. Just roll me notice.
I'll take a reroll.
Lisha, you want to roll notice?
I can.
You get a +2 or a reroll, your choice.
I'll add
Oh,
plus
wee.
2.
I'll take a +2.
+2, you both notice, you both see familiar, like, webless spells coming from the echo.
A scar on my chest tingles.
Wow.
Yeah, that's her.
As you see
Wow.
this, like... Wait. KT, are you sure? Like, I guess this is apples to oranges. Are you sure you don't mean this thunder
What?
spell?
And I didn't learn it, did I?
1 second.
I think we're fine. I think we're definitely apples and oranging right now at
Yeah.
the end of the session.
Basically, I'll say you use the thunder one real quick.
I was just trying not to metagame to know, like, oh yeah, Delcy's definitely on the ship. We're good to leave. So this dragged on more than I thought it would. I'm sorry.
No, you're
You're
right.
fine.
Webless. It is webless.
I know.
Yeah. You throw out webless out, and you see these whips of like wind and water just go out and cascade, and like almost like an SOS pattern.
Slinging spells like gang signs out here.
Gang signs. That is a cue that she is on the ship. You both realize this. You both
Excellent.
understand this. You both can get the fuck out of Dodge now.
This thing doesn't have good reverse, so we're gonna do an arc, and on that arc, we're laying into the emitter again.
Lisha, would you like to take a gunner position?
My shoot is not that high. That is a funny thing to ask me to do.
No problem. Mordecai, you continue to have Allred shoot then. Go around, whip around, as well
Better
as...
off me throwing people off the ship.
You know, that's also fair. You just rescued 3 people alongside your friends. Take a load off. Mordecai, Dalashi, the
Yeah.
Echo and the Paolong make these arcs across the front of the flagship. Both of you in the Paolong, just roll me the Paolong's shoot, please. Or magic.
You want me to do that?
Yes, both roll Paolong's magic.
What plus does it have to that?
+3.
3.
Okay, is it okay if I just roll one of mine? Because my
Go
computer's
right
slow.
on ahead.
3 quad.
All right.
Woo!
As you both go across the front, there's a barrage of fire quickly from both ships that takes out the last of the device. That's at the
I do
front of
have
the
a
ship.
fun flavor bit.
What's your fun flavor bit?
Potentially. We are on the Palong equipped to ram.
Oh
So,
my god.
Just to make sure, I hit the
Ram and
gas.
fire?
I hit the gas and I just skim the last bit off the top of the armored ram portion if the ship is like, if this is the ship, I don't know if you see my camera,
Yep.
and it's going this way and this is the Palong, we're like shoot, skirt, and then getting the fuck out.
Okay.
I like that idea.
You skirt the front of its bow.
It's about sending a message.
It's about sending a message. You teabag the
But
flagship
I
before you
frost.
leave.
Teabag.
You
Oh my god.
You teabag the flagship before you leave as you cascade over it. The metal just like bursting and barreling through. It's metal to metal. It's still durable from the flagship, but the Palong at least holds up with the front of its ship too. Firing across, you end up disabling the device. And as you
Then we get the
disable the
fuck out.
device, you guys get the fuck out of there. Both of your ships are really fast. Everyone roll me notice checks, as this will be the last thing that you see before getting the fuck out of Dodge. Got it. All right.
I would like to burn 2 fate points on that because I have them
Oh.
to spare.
2 fate points. Total of Mordecai is an 8.
Yes.
Is anyone else burning anything?
I'm good.
All right.
Actually, no, fuck you. I've got one more. I'm making it a 10. We're staying of the session. I don't care.
Making it a 10. Okay. With the 10, you get something.
I'll look around.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
so as you guys are leaving, immediately, both ships hug the side walls as quick as fucking possible. The Echo and the Palong. Because what you see as you look back is nothing but a yellow flash that grows and grows and almost takes up the whole fucking tunnel. The moment it no longer sees something as massive as the flagship as a ally and sees it as a threat now that the device is done. For my One Piece friends, this is basically like a Nell God Beam. You just see this white hot flash that's almost the size of the tunnel cascade as a, well, just to give this the equivalent of what would be the roll, a 20 hits the flagship
Oh my god.
of lightning from this Gigas. Fully charged beam eviscerates the whole ship.
Woo.
I'm gonna lean over to Frost. Yeah, I don't think you're taking that one home with you, buddy.
Oh.
Motherfucker. Hey. We just got everybody out. The flagship,
There's no ball.
you don't even really see pieces of it.
Oh my god.
It literally gets disintegrated. And if there's maybe a tail of it, falls down into deep sky as you and the rest of both ships get the fuck out of there.
Gotta get the fuck out of Dodge.
Mordecai, specifically what you see.
Mm-hmm.
What you see is you see the full image in this flash of the Yellow Moonstone Gigas, and see that only from like a neck to the head is kind of visible in the tunnel, as even more of its body is underneath Deep Sky. And you catch
Just
the
fucking-
faintest
Oh,
the faintest glimpse of it. The faintest glimpse of it elsewhere. And I will now post an image of the Yellow Moonstone Gate.
Ooh, let's see.
I'm going to be posting it in image references.
it reminds me of those like Magitech hand things from Final Fantasy 14.
Almost a little bit.
Ugh. What a little creepy dude.
You see each of its coils sufficiently charged with magic and a body that kind of has more fluidic movement.
Hmm.
The moment the flagship is eradicated, you see it float backwards into the abyss. The way it charged up that massive moonblast, you saw what would be the equivalent of a sigil that was magic, which is different than what you've seen from the other Gigases so far, both the green Gigas as well as the red Gigas. While the red Gigas had hyper-condensed charges like in its mouth, this one seemed to just summon a full-blown circle.
Interesting. Okay.
You saw that it also gained additional lightning from Deep Sky, which empowered it.
Okay.
So the elements also work to its advantage. Meaning it doesn't just need to go with whatever power source it's using for itself. It can steal from clouds above and below.
This may make no sense to anyone else, but I'm getting extremely like Final Hazard from Sonic Adventure 2 battle vibes from it.
You know, yeah. Someone call up Shadow. With that, both ships quickly and expediently make their way back out. As you see just out, and barely getting out without a scrape too, Alice's ship comes just into view as it looks like it caught some of those stray fires as well through the tunnel.
Turn around! Get the fuck out!
Immediately seeing your two vessels come about, her vessel starts to make a pivot and head out the tunnel as well. Quickly,
Smart.
expediently, all three ships get the fuck out of Dodge. With the other two notice checks from Lisha and Dalashi, what you notice, I'll say, is this. Since Mordecai got this from the Gigas, you two see that just below Alice's ship is a rather large black moonstone sigil that looks like it was channeling something, but wasn't fully channeled yet.
Interesting. Okay.
As it turns around, you do notice that the sigil slowly dissipates. Like it's stopped. It's pausing its charge.
Can also
Lisha.
denote
Yes.
Please continue. Sorry, no, I've got a thing for like wrap up, but you're in a moment. Go ahead.
No problem.
Mhm.
Dalashi, specifically because you've had some RP stuff for this,
Uh-huh.
you can roll me lore to try to decipher the possibilities of that situation.
Okay. With the +2 from my dad's book.
Correct.
Hmm.
Are you staying at a 4, or are you re-rolling or adding?
I'm gonna add 2 fate points to make it an 8.
Okay, that is exactly what you needed.
Okay, good.
From what you kind of ventured into, and you looked at the size of that moonstone sigil,
Mm-hmm.
you think about it. You think about what the hell is the purpose of a sigil that big?
Mm-hmm.
And why is it? It's tied to Alice's ship. You already saw that Lord Bane was doing something to it, and he's been
Mhm.
concocting some bullshit scheme.
Yes, as per usual.
Seeing the size of it, you caught the faintest glimpse that there was some green in there.
Hmm.
You put a little 2 and 2 together. Thinking back on your time and back on your history, the green Gigas is kind of landlocked. However, if you can open up a teleportation circle long enough, maybe you can open a portal for the green moonstone Gigas to fucking deck something.
Ooh.
I'm just imagining like Portal 2 like appears and just the hand just comes out.
That's what you think possibly that could be for.
Okay.
Putting
Okay.
2 and 2 together, especially with it being on the ship,
Mm-hmm.
the only problem with that is you're thinking of like, that must take a lot of magic. It's
Yeah.
not something simple enough that like you could just daisy chain some crystals together.
Yeah. It would take more than that.
Correct.
Or multiple people casting it.
Maybe multiple people casting it, or some other bullshit.
I think someone burned all their bubbles.
Oh my god.
I will leave this as a note in the future because it is something that the group might be working towards. So there are some special abilities. I've said the prophecy was one. Well, that is an ability that Alex Ephraim can teach you all. That requires the 4 of you to combine your magics and to summon like basically a limit break of your own.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
everything goes well with the Bane clan fight and things are successful, which so far it's going well, your group could learn this Black Moonstone sigil spell and work together to summon the fucking giant fist.
Ooh.
And very much,
Okay.
Patrick, no! Here comes a giant fist. And for those who probably don't get the reference, Beefy McBeefy Punch.
I like that. I like that idea a lot.
And summon a giant Grendel red or green Gigas fist down to the ground on your enemies.
Hear me out. Hear me out. We do that. We summon that, and I go, cool. Niscultro. A second fist has hit the tower.
Oh my god.
Hear me
So,
out.
Potential backhands.
Yeah.
Potential backhands. So, your group now, we end the session there with all 3 ships, Alice's ship, the Whisper, the Echo, and the Powlong all working back.
Yeah.
Was it the Whisper or the Mist? I think Alice's was the Mist. The Mist, the Echo, and the Powlong working their way back to Bane Isle. Successfully, you defeated that last flagship. You've recovered the last call. You've recovered 3 Bane clan members.
who are restrained, by the way, until we get Shalou to de-brainwash them.
Yeah, they need to
That
be.
was what I was gonna throw out. Is as soon as they hit the deck and I get to just like, oh, they're getting tied up.
So
Oh, yeah.
Shalou, Alred, and Dalashi all work together to de-brainwash.
Yep. It's time for therapy.
And that's where we end tonight's session.
I got turned into a rock. How does that make you feel?
What's that mean?
Can I go home?
Listen.
No, I think Rick did you a little dirty when he's like,
yes.
"How much do you want to do?" And it's like, you're not gonna tell her as she gets closer. Okay.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
I had warned Tillin, and only Tillin this.
It's gonna do you. I do.
Okay.
Because I wanted to tell somebody, but I also didn't want to tell KT yet, because you got clued in on a different secret. But I wanted this moment to be like, all right, hey, this is what's happening. So at least you're there. If
He
it hits
wanted-
the fan.
He wanted insurance in case someone called bullshit. Going, no, this was the plan,
Of course.
which is fine. And
Uh-huh.
he also told me this when I thought we were playing last week, but I might miss. So when I gave him my checklist of here's the shit I'm gonna do, he threw that in there. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Of course you did. Oh, of course you did.
On the plus
Great.
side, you didn't kill Piper. You almost fucking did. But instead, you saved him and 2 Bane clan members. So good job.
And you know what? He's never gonna cross you a fucking kid.
No, he's not.
For contract be damned. He's gonna look at this bitch and go, nah, I'm out.
That'd been the
Deep
second
internal.
time. The second time you almost killed him. You almost limit braked him the time he tried to help you with your contract.
Where'd you stab him? He's got a scar there now. He's gonna look
Oh
at
my
it and remember.
god, you and
Yeah.
your fucking stars.
Hey, listen, this is about Piper now. He's gonna look at that and go, damn.
Say like over here.
Okay, you weren't even going for a lethal stab. It would just, potentially cripple him
Yeah.
for life.
Collarbone stabbing.
Okay.
Part of me like wanted to say like kidney, but
Well, once again, thank you all for watching. This has been another Arcadian adventure. Till next time, keep on being a hero. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good job, guys.
I've got a curse thought for you.